I don't understand some shit, so now it has to be this, it has to be that. You don't know everything. Hey y'all, it's your girl Jolie. Welcome back to my channel, Positively Raw, where we talk about all things positive. So today we're going to be talking about something that's very important to me, something that I'm very much invested in, which is manifestation and the controversy behind it. There's so much controversy behind manifesting, especially when it comes to Christians and different religions. So this is something that I love to do. I love manifesting. And I feel like it's a very positive thing. And I don't see why any church people or Christians or anyone should have anything against it, because we literally manifest every day without even realizing it. This is literally something that our ancestors, us black people, for the black people watching, our ancestors have practiced for centuries. Saying manifesting is evil is like saying gravity and science is evil, because there's also a science behind it where it's been proven. Religion is subjective, and that's not my opinion, that's a fact. There's over 4,000 religions. Everybody believes that their religion is the right religion. Everybody has their own different beliefs. If there were just one belief, there would be only one religion. In my opinion, we serve all the same God, but there's different religions, and everybody believes that their religion is the right religion, and I respect it. I grew up in the Christian church myself, but I now consider myself to be more spiritual than anything else. I believe in God. I praise God every day. I show gratitude to God and the universe, my ancestors, my angels, every day. I don't go to church anymore unless I'm invited for a specific event. I just feel like I've grown closer to God since I've left the church, and my life has improved substantially since I've left the church. I have nothing against the church. I just don't feel this for me, and I choose not to go anymore. But I am spiritual. I pray to God every day, like I said, and I manifest through God, and my life has turned out beautifully. I help others when I can, which is most of the time. Whenever I'm asked, I donate to charity. These are things that I wasn't doing before, and it has nothing to do with the church. It's just I feel more compelled to do it now within my spirituality than I did before. I'm a very open-minded person, so this is why I got into manifesting, especially when I realized we're literally doing it anyway, whether we want to or not. We are literally manifesting every day our experiences, things that we experience every day with our thought process. Manifesting is literally thinking. The things that you think about the most dominant is what manifests. I find it so funny how people say manifesting is wrong and manifesting is evil and manifesting is of the devil, but turn around and say things like, watch what you say, it just might come true. Be careful what you wish for. Seriously? That's manifesting, baby. Speaking things into existence is real, and it's manifesting. Be careful what you wish for. Making a wish is manifested. Throwing out a birthday cake and making a wish and hoping it comes true is manifesting. Praying is a form of manifesting. I pray to God all the time. The things that I actively think about that I'm manifesting, I pray about. I have faith that it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen. And it happens. I'm manifesting. There's so many different ways to manifest. When you constantly think negatively, you manifest stress. You manifest sickness. You manifest physical pain. You ever talk to somebody and every time you speak to them, you ask you how they doing, they got a sad story, they don't want to never change their story? They're continuing to manifest those things that they speak of. When you create vision boards, those are manifestations. It's visualizing. Visualizing is a very important form of manifesting. If you claim that you're going to become a superstar and you believe it and you do, or a famous YouTuber, or literally anything in your life, and you set that goal and it comes to fruition, you manifested that. Whether you work for it or things that fall in line for these things to happen, that's God allowing the universe to align things to work out in your favor for things to manifest. I hate when people get mad for saying, oh, people are thinking the universe. Who you think created the universe? God created the universe. God is the universe. God aligns people to come and make the things that you wish for or want to happen the way they're supposed to in your life for you to get your wish fulfillment. God cannot physically come down to earth in physical human form and hand you $1,000 or hand you a job offer. He can't do that. He uses the people within the universe that he created to align things perfectly to work out in your favor. The things that you pray for, the things that you wish for, the things that you're working towards. Things have to happen behind the scenes for God to allow these things to happen. This is manifesting. Writing down your goals is scripting. It's a form of manifesting. So, if you're not getting what I'm saying at this point yet, I'm going to give you some examples of people who've manifested unintentionally that we probably all know about or have heard about. And if you don't, you're about to find out now. You can take what I'm saying. You don't have to take my word for it. Take what I'm saying. Look it up for yourself. Manifesting happens whether you want it to or not. There's a man named Nick Sitzman who died in December on the 2nd in 1942. He went to fix a broken freezer and somehow got locked in, and something in his mind told him that the freezer was on and that he was going to die to death, freeze to death. Something told him that he was going to freeze to death, even though he literally went there to fix the freezer because it wasn't working. He killed himself with his mind because he was terrified that he was going to freeze to death. He wrote it down because he said that he wanted his family to know what happened to him. He wrote it down. He started panicking, like panicking bad. His mind created his reality that he was going to freeze to death. This man died of hypothermia in a freezer that did not drop below 50 degrees. He manifested his death. He thought it, he wrote it down, and his brain literally created that reality. And he died of hypothermia in a freezer that was not cold. Bob Saget said in an interview with his wife that he was going to live for long. He was probably going to be found dead in a fridge. So at first when I heard about this, I'm like, okay, maybe he knew he was sick and he knew he was going to die and he might possibly pass in his sleep. He was not sick. He had blood force injuries to the back of his head. He must have thought he was fine. He lay down in bed. He had a blood drain or blood leak in his brain, and he died in his bed. He was found dead in his bed, just like he said. This is speaking things into fruition. The things you speak, the things you say, the things you believe somehow manifest. Really don't have a choice in the matter, so it's probably best to just try to think positively. There's a woman named Natalie Woods that was in the movie Miracle on 34th Street. She was terrified of water, like seriously terrified of water. Her mom made her be afraid of water because she went to see a gypsy, and the gypsy told her that she was going to have a daughter who was known all around the world, and someone in her family was going to die from drowning. Natalie Woods made it very clear in the parents told everyone that she knew and around her that she was terrified of water. She talked about it all the time. She thought about it. She wouldn't even swim in the pool in her own house. She died by drowning. These people didn't manifest their death on purpose. I'm sure these people felt like they had a lot more life to live. But what you speak and what you think, your dominant thoughts, manifest. My mom, every time she would get test results back and they would tell her she got to come in, she was like, I hope it wasn't this, I hope it wasn't that. And I would constantly tell her, Mom, please stop thinking like that. Please stop saying this. Please stop saying all these things. Think positively. Think positively. My mom died in June of the same thing she always claimed that she thought was wrong with her. My mother-in-law was on the phone and she was talking to someone. She was ignoring their text. She saw this text. She realized that it was something that she needed to address. So to not make the person feel bad, she's like, oh, I was, a little under the weather, so I couldn't get back to you right away. But this is what we need to talk about. And then she told me after the fact, she thought about it and she was like, damn, now I'm going to get sick. She assumed she was going to get sick. Law of assumption. She assumed that she was going to get sick, and she got sick. Because that's what she told herself. She also told me that a neighbor had invited her somewhere, and she said she couldn't go because she had a whole bunch of conference calls lined up for that day, which she did not. She told me not 10 minutes later, her phone started ringing. And it was phone call after phone call. Not short 5-minute phone calls, 20-minute phone calls. This person has the pharmacy, the stuff for her dad, stuff for her mom, other things that needed to be taken care of. This was not in her schedule for the day. You speak things into existence. I manifested my job. I remember when my friend opened his store, I imagined myself asking him, can I sell my lip gloss? Can I sell my lip gloss in your store? I never asked him. When my mom passed, that's who I was working for about 7 years. My mom passed, I got on unemployment, and I started thinking like, am I going to find a job? I was like, you know what? I'm going to manifest a job. Once my unemployment runs out, I'm going to find a job. That same friend randomly hit me up out of nowhere, offered me a job, and now I sell my lip gloss in his store along with other of my products that I sell. I have my own business, but I sell my lip gloss in his store just like I thought about before. I manifested my mom's apartment. I live with my husband, but I manifested my mom's apartment. I wanted to keep her apartment. Everyone told me that I wasn't going to get that apartment because of where it was. It's across the street from Central Park, the most famous park in New York City, just basically. And there was no way that I was going to get that apartment because I wasn't on a lease. And I just kept saying, I just don't want to fight for that apartment. I thought about just giving it up because I was like, I just don't want to fight for the apartment. Everyone I would talk to, they was like, girl, you better keep that apartment or sublet or do something with it. And I just kept saying, I just don't want to fight. These people called me last week and told me, they started asking me questions like, who lived with you there, this, that, and the third. I started answering the questions. I go, because of what everybody else was telling me, I go, you guys are trying to get me out, right? They was like, no. That's your apartment. Your grandmother lived there forever. That's your apartment. We just need to go to court and do the legal part and put it in your name. That never happens. My neighbor literally told me about 3 different people who was in the same situation that I was in, where they was living with somebody who had passed away and their name wasn't on a lease and they had to go to court and fight for it. When they called me, I was so excited, and I wasn't even intentionally manifesting. I was just saying, like, I don't want to fight for it. And they literally handed me the apartment, like, literally. When you have goals that you set, those are manifestations. When you have things and dreams and stuff that you want, those are manifestation. I have a channel that I watch just for motivation purposes. But it's video after video after video of celebrities talking about how they manifested their dream life, roles that they wanted to play, how they spoke things into existence. This shit is real. A lot of times people aren't even doing it on purpose. I'm telling you, how is this evil? How is this of the devil? Either you're unintentionally manifesting or you're intentionally manifesting, but either way, you're doing it whether you like it or not. I think the reason why people feel some type of way about the word manifestation is because they feel like people are taking the credit for whatever it is. But God is God no matter what you believe, in my opinion. I pray, I manifest, I do different techniques, I script, I do the vision board, I visualize purposely, but daydreaming is also visualizing. If you daydream about something that you want, person that you want, stuff like that, this is all manifested. But within all these things, I still pray to God that my manifestations will come. And also, a lot of people asking on YouTube is giving God the credit for their manifestations. So whether you believe or not, in my opinion, it's God no matter what. You could either do it from a spiritual level, you could do it unintentionally, or you could do it from a scientific level because there's proof. And I just don't understand how people are saying it's of the devil. God is God. There's only one God. Whether you give him the credit or not, God is God. This is doctor. His name is Dr. Joe Dispoza. He's using manifestation from a scientific level. He has these conventions where he works with people. Blind people are seeing. Stage 4 cancer patients are being healed. People who are paralyzed are walking. He has proof. He has brain scans and MRIs, all types of machines that's showing the difference between these people's test results before they started and when they done, and these people are being healed. How is something like that evil? God wants people to heal. God wants people to live a good, happy life. Most people who are manifesting, they're probably 9 times out of 10 following the law of attraction. The law of attraction is about changing your mindset, being more positive, showing gratitude, being a good person. How can something like that be evil? I just think people in the church just feel like God needs to be given all the glory for it. And some people are just saying that they created this thing. But God give us certain gifts, give us certain powers. He give us free will. We are his children. We are made in his form. Manifesting is not evil. And I just wanted to talk about this because I grew up in the church and I've had this conversation with people who feel like manifesting is not real, even though they do it every day or whatever. And that is not of God. And I feel very strongly about manifesting. I've manifested a lot of things in my life. We will talk about it in the future on this channel. And I just wanted to talk about this before I get into my manifesting videos and just address this point before I really got into it. So anyway, manifest intentionally or unintentionally, no matter what, whether you like it or not, you don't have a choice. This is what you do. So you might as well try to manifest the positive in your life, the good things that you want in your life, and just be a good person. Now there's law of attraction and there's law of assumption. I like law of assumption, but I practice some of the things as far as law of assumption. I try to be positive all the time, as much as possible. I try to be positive. I try to be happy. I show gratitude every day. I pray every day. I stay high vibrational. There's nothing evil about this, baby. There's nothing of the devil about this at all. Please, people, cut it out. Just because you don't understand something does not make it evil. I hate when people do that. I don't understand some shit, so now it has to be this, it has to be that. You don't know everything. Anyway, that's what I had to say on the issue. Stay positive, guys. Like a camera, we use negatives to develop. Stop judging people for shit that you don't understand, baby. Have a good day.